Paintball, man. You know, my paintball story was kind of, it was kind of crazy, you know. I never knew what paintball was. But that's where it all started, yeah. Paintball? You don't remember that night when you shot me in the woods? In the bushes where y'all was shooting all the kids on 110? One day I'm coming home from basketball. Yeah. I must have been like 16, 17. And I'm coming home from basketball and like I see all my friends running. I have no idea what they're running from, but I hear a van, a truck. And as I see the truck come by, I see my friends running, so I run also. You know, I run into this bush. You see, that gate wasn't there. You see that bush right there? See, that gate wasn't there. I ran and I hid in that bush right there. And I heard, he's in the bush. And the van pulled up, stopped, and a friend of mine, he jumps out the car with a paintball gun. And he starts shooting in the bush.
We had nobody to shoot, and we saw you, and we just shot you.
And I take off running, and yo, he shoots me in the back of the head. Yo, I fall down. I grab my basketball. I run home, and I run home crying to my mom. And I told my mom, "Oh man, these guys just shot me. They just shot me with something, and it's yellow." and it didn't stop after that, you know.
Ever since I can remember, like, it's always been Jerry, my mom, and my sister. But mostly all Jerry.
I met Jerry back in 2000 at R&T in the sand pits. Basically, it's been a long journey since then.
Well, Jay was my guinea pig. I love shooting Jay. I shot Jay pretty much every time we played. I found this field called Rough and Tough. Okay. And Peter Bowfield, like the first day I got there, I met up with Peter, and Peter was like, "Oh man, you know what? Won't you come out here and play? You know, I'll hook you up." You know, because man, paintball was expensive back then. You know, I couldn't afford to go to a field and play.
You came at me, you said it was a team setting up, you asked me if I wanted to sponsor it, I started sponsoring it. You know what I mean? It was called R&T, I remember.
R&T All-Stars.
R&T All-Stars.
From the beginning, I was always with R&T All-Stars. Okay. That's really like my team, you know, my main team. Yeah. You know, from the first time I played, I never got a chance to play rookie. I went straight to novice back in, I think, 02 Tampa. You know, and from then, I just, you know, it just kept growing, you know.
You know, like I said earlier, is that in that time there was nobody really believing in that sport because of the use of the gun and the pain and you know, it was a lot of negativity towards that sport. You know, now it's a different sport. Now you got all type of sponsors, you got all type of people, but back then there wasn't. You know what I'm saying? So you know, we just did our part in trying to make these kids get into something positive.
When we step on the field, whoever we're playing against, they already lost, because they already know who they're playing against. So let's not give them an opportunity to get back in the game. One point, and that's it, you let them back in. We got home court advantage, man. It's easy. Most people know my little brother, you know, Kevin Cadet. He don't have the same last name as me. My mom's fault, not my dad's. But he started playing paintball when he was 8. And it's because, you know, from the time he was 6 years old, 6, 7 years old, he will always come to the field with me. You know, I'll go to the field, he'll come, he'll watch. He'll be one of those little kids picking up paint off the ground. And, you know, to watch him become 8 years old, started playing, 10 years old, playing young guns and coming up, and then playing D1 with me, you know, those are like, it's crazy, you know, because these kids are the kids that's gonna take my spot one day. That's gonna take everybody's spot, you know. So it's pretty cool watching that.
I remember I used to go to R&T paintball all the time. And I remember the first day Jerry ever let me shoot a paintball gun. And he was like, shoot it one time. I did not just shoot it one time. I got trigger happy and wasted a load of paint on nothing. And ever since then, I just wanted to play. Because Jerry would take me out every weekend. And I used to play like little 3-man tournaments, you know. And every time they'll go out to an event, I'll beg to play. But I was like 9 years old. Who's gonna put a 9-year-old on the D2 team? Nobody. But eventually it happened.
Jason was always known as my agent for some reason because they didn't really know Jason's name. It was like, oh yeah, it's that guy that be with Jerry. That was his name, you know. Like if you saw Jason, you would be like, oh, Jerry must be nearby, you know. That's the experience we had.
To this day, anytime I go to a paintball tournament, the only thing people ask me is, where's Jerry?
At the end of '07, we brought in Damien and Towley, you know, which everybody knows those are my best friends in paintball. You know, Towley promised me 10 years of his life. He robbed me when he passed away, you know, and that hurt us, you know, because that year we won 4 D1 events back to back. We won 4 in a row.
2008, I think we won like 3 events. 3 events, courtesy to Jerry. This was the same year they won like 4 events. I still got my plaques. I'll never forget that year. We balled out that year.
I would say I lived a pretty good life. You know, I've done so much at my age, you know. I'm 33 right now, and I started playing when I was 17, you know, and throughout these years, man, I done been to 6 continents. You know, I done covered so many countries. I have friends all over the world. I can't complain. There was 2 cars on the road. I remember like it was yesterday. I'm telling you, this part of the story, like it kills me every time because I relive it so much.